Hey, everybody, welcome to Bearded Beggar Banter, the sports podcast. Welcome to episode 99. Trent Trey.
That's right. It's good to be back after a week hiatus, talking sports with you guys again, drinking beers. I can't believe, man, we got one more to triple digits. Pretty crazy.
Sleeping Beauty must have ate the apple.
Yeah. Listen, it's been...
He must have kissed his prince.
That's true.
He's awake.
Listen,
so I texted how many? Three different times. Like, hey, make sure you're awake. Hey, make sure you're awake.
I think Tyler's getting a little nervous. He's like, try to call him, please.
Well, I mean, I'm sending texts and nobody's responding, and I'm like, okay, is everyone asleep?
I've been in the seat for over an hour waiting.
I texted you like 5 minutes before that, talking about that UNC Wilmington win. But hey, boys, not a better way to start off the show than saying we are 3-0 on the recipe today.
Yes.
So here we go. Let's keep it rolling. Stand positive.
Right, baby.
Let's keep it rolling for real.
That's right.
It's nice. It's always nice to do, especially in basketball. So we had some pretty unique picks with that. The UNC Wilmington, Xavier covering the 13.5, and then Arlington really kind of putting it on Evansville. So
Been a big Arlington guy, Tyler.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have an Arlington shirt from last year.
Are they going to be I was going to say, are they a t-shirt team?
Yeah, they're already a t-shirt. I think the only new t-shirt team this year so far would probably be the Bonnies.
Okay.
They've been my consistent bet on team so far.
Woj has them playing well. I'm sorry,
the Woj Bombies.
He's not their coach, but he's their GM.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. So real quick here before we get into the sports talk, we do have beer number 18 of the Advent. Was given to us by yours truly, Trey.
Yep.
Industrial Arts Brewing Company Selection Fresh Hop IPA. Anybody can see that? Yep. Trent, yours looks better. But I got a TikTok to finish here, so let's do this live on camera. So real quick for the camera, I would just. Oh wait, do you have a pop top?
Shout out Richard on the pop top.
All right. Let's cheers it. You ready? All right, 1, 2, 3.
Cheers, fellas.
Nice.
What's the camera?
Who, me?
Uh-oh.
I got like double camera going on here. I got phone camera into the other camera.
Trey even cheers on camera a little weird. It's kind of like his little awkward handshake thing that he likes to do. That's takes a little like alien hand hook, you know.
That's why we call him Captain Hook. We don't.
Okay.
We don't. All right. Well, we got sports to talk about here. Let's get into the action with college football. So we're going to dive right into pulling up the bracket here again so everybody can see if you guys have any different thoughts. Trent, I know you and I kind of talked through some stuff last week. See if anything changed in terms of your picks. Obviously, Trey, we'd like to hear your picks, what you got going on here.
Real quick, can I just say I'm a little surprised by that color?
It's more of an amber.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
It's great, though.
It's a good one, though.
Wow.
Yeah. It is a good one.
Don't tell me your guys' picks before I give mine, just so we can see.
Wait, so Trey, you slept through the episode and then you didn't listen to the episode?
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I was just technically on my finals week. Actually just finished my first year of school, so cheers to that again.
Cheers.
But no, now I got a 2-week break. Can finally catch up on everything that includes listening to that episode, so I apologize for not tuning in last week, but
that's all right.
Don't worry, I'll get there.
Right. Feedback is the show went so much better. That was feedback from a lot of the fans, ratings.
I kind of figured.
Some technical difficulty, so let's just talk the bracket here. All right, so first matchup here, we got SMU Penn State. This week it's actually I lied. First game's Friday. I was looking ahead there.
Yeah.
First game is Friday. We got Notre Dame with matching up in South Bend against Indiana. This is a 7-10 matchup here. Did hear weather could be a little bit chilly.
Snowy.
Right? I'm saying that, a little snowy. So whether or not that plays some sort of X factor here, we shall see. But yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at the spread. Where are you guys at, Trey? Why don't you start since you guys kind of got some fresh eyes on it.
I'm seeing the ESPN bet spread at 7 for Notre Dame.
Okay.
And I mean, it's kind of like a home game for both, right? I mean, I know it's in South Bend and they'll have fans, but Indiana's in state. They probably carry a large crowd too. So I think Indiana's kind of overlooked. I know they had a bad loss to Ohio State. It got a little ugly, especially at the end there, but that's a good Ohio State team that I think is also being kind of overlooked in their matchup. But Indiana, what do they have a bye week the last week of the season, and then did they have like 2 weeks off or something? Because I feel like I haven't seen them play in like 4 weeks.
That's a good question. I don't know that answer to that, but it has been a while. But I also think that's just championship stuff.
Okay.
Stat guys are working on it, but no, they had a bye. They had a bye, I thought, before Ohio State, and then they played one more game after.
Okay.
Ohio
Well, either
State.
way, I think a lot of people are having what's the word I'm looking for? Not a quick memory, but recency bias, I guess you could say. They didn't look good their last game, and I think people are just taking that and running with it. When in reality, I think Signetti's going to get these guys ready to play, especially a Notre Dame team that I know they've turned it on and stuff, but I'm just not that impressed with them.
Trey, you might be correct. Saturday, November 30th was their last game.
No,
they beat Purdue 66-0.
That's not a bye. That doesn't mean they had a bye. They just didn't play in their conference championship.
That's kind of like a bye.
No, I know. I'm just saying it has been quite a while though.
Purdue's kind of a bye.
Yeah, 66-0, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be. I mean, spread wise, you said you're seeing 7. Trey, I'm seeing 7.5 in DraftKings spread. I don't think that's changed.
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that, or was 8.5 the opening? I don't remember.
It was 7.5.
7.5. So it really.
I have 7.5 as one of my best bets, but that's because I was going to buy the half point. But if you're seeing it at DraftKings, then I'll just take that.
Yeah. So I don't know. My thoughts aren't really changing on that. I believe last week I said I think that Indiana might actually take this. I'm definitely taking the 7.5 on this, but I like what Indiana can do, and I don't think Notre Dame's as good as people make them out to be.
Nope.
Just my thought. I mean, they've had some big wins, some big blowouts, but they really haven't had. I think we've talked about this before. Like Texas A&M was like their best win all season.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think it was like week 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Week 3 maybe. And other than that, I mean, losing to Northern Illinois, which everybody talks about a lot. USC gave them a game at the end of the season too, but I like Indiana in this. I know that's not going to be popular with a lot of people that I know, but hey, I'm definitely taking the Indiana plus 7.5. So,
oh yeah,
that's where I'm at. But
give me the money line, boys.
I'll
totally sprinkling that. Absolutely,
yeah, I'm totally doing that. But Tom, as I'll reiterate, I'm still on Indiana plus 7.5. Gonna bet their money line as well, but potential depending on the board on Friday. I really like my Indiana team total points. Not great juice, but it's good enough for us. Minus 150, over 19.5 points for Indiana.
You know what that sounds like, Trent? Shout out to College Juice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like. College Juice Pod, Steve, Fast Breaks, Kevin, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. But yeah, this is like the one of the opening round games that I feel like a dog has a very, very good chance at winning here. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating Notre Dame because of that loss to Northern Illinois, but I don't know. I think Indiana is underrated. I think, discussed it a little bit today with some people at my lunch table at work I think Signetti has all the locker room material to fire his team up to go out there and upset it. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not one for moral victories. I don't like them. I understand them. I know we have to acknowledge moral victories, but if he could go in to Notre Dame and win a road playoff game in on the road in South Bend,
Mm-hmm.
he will pretty much tell his team, like, you are here now. Like, we are not, like, we're here. We're
Mm-hmm.
yes, we are and always have been a basketball school, but we are now a
we're
football
here.
school.
We're here.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this to me is like a flagship win for him if he does. Now, don't get me, I mean, the guy's, I know people hate on him because he's like, Google me, and that's always been him, right? From his days at IUP, is the guy does win. Like, and if you sit there and say, who is this guy? He has the right to say, yeah, go ahead and look me up, because at every level that he coached, including now big time FBS football, the guy wins. So it's like, give him his respect. I hope he really, I think this is a statement. I think this is the statement that they're going to make. And I hope all the, I know nothing personal to a lot of the Notre Dame fans that we do know, but I hope they all just sit there and cry and whine and say,
me too.
What happened? How'd we lose? It's like, yeah, you'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game, and I agree. It is going to be. I think this is a Signetti mark here. I mean, even if they lose after this, I think you winning in that 12-game playoff, first year in, you just got a big contract. I think it is. I think, what do you call it? Flagship, Trent. I think I like that. So
yeah,
I think that's
flagship.
Good.
It's like, yeah, it's like a.
No, it's your oh man, it's not flagship.
Flagship's appropriate. It's like a flagship species, Trey. I'm not going to get all nerdy on you guys. Sorry.
Let's not nerd it up, dude.
Look how mad Tyler gets when I bring. Like, look at why are you rolling your eyes?
I didn't want to turn into like National Geographic.
Okay, I didn't.
And over here, mates, we have kangaroos.
That's the worst.
They're a flag.
Worst.
That's a flag. That's a flagship species over
not
there.
Flagship.
That's,
it's defining.
Yeah, defining victory, but flagship means the same thing. It's like one that's going to really put you on the map.
That was a decent accent.
That was awful.
Was my Steve Irwin? Come on.
I didn't actually know what you were doing at first. Actually, it was like, ooh,
talking about kangaroos, so obviously it was an Australian accent.
Yeah, eventually, once you said kangaroos. But if you didn't say kangaroos, everyone would have thought you were like, we don't know.
Irish?
I actually
usually most of my accents sound Irish.
What were you trying to go for there?
I just said it was Australian, Trey.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Kangaroos and wallabies.
Oh yeah, when you say things that are like associated with the
that's
country.
the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Say something that isn't Australian. Like, say this football game's really.
I like Foster's.
No,
that's
an Australian beer.
I know. I'm just kidding. No, I can't.
Say this football game's really good.
This football game is really good.
Oh, what a little European there.
That was so bad.
Dude, I can't wait. Hey, Tyler, make a clip of that one there.
No, I will. You can make fun of the clips all I want. I'm just trying to help us out. Oh man. All right. Well, let's move on. So anyway, National Geographic. Next game is the big noon game on Saturday at 12 o'clock, obviously, because that's what time noon is. We got Penn State SMU. Any feelings on that game at all, Trey? Do you care?
Yeah, I care. Why wouldn't I care?
It was a joke.
Yeah, I think Penn State should beat them pretty handedly. That being said, man, I know their history. I know Big Game James and what he's capable of doing. So I don't say it confidently, but I mean, the smart bet is Penn State -8.5 at home. But
so you're taking a spread even. You're not even just saying, hey, they're going to win. You're taking them to 8.5.
Yeah, that's my bet.
Okay.
Ooh, Trey, you didn't listen to the episode last week?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why? Is that what you said? No. I'm not surprised you picked 8.5 for SMU.
It's the only favorite spread I picked.
Wow.
SMU -8.5 last week.
Yeah, because that's a
Penn State.
What did I just say? SMU.
You said
SMU. Yeah. Whoops. No, I'm so used to picking against Penn. No, sorry. Penn State -8.5. Cold weather. I think I know we bring it up week in, week out, but I think really cold weather could be ugly weather. So let's go. I mean, this is a whiteout. This is second whiteout of the season for them because now they can do that.
I guess I better bet against it.
Yeah,
Tyler was, but yeah, I'm on Penn State here. Although that news this week that kind of hurts because he's not going to play then. Correct? He's not going to be there.
Not.
No, he's not, and it's a weird crossover thing because both teams' backups entered the transfer portal, so both teams are playing without their
That's not true.
number 2 quarterback.
SMU's player is still playing.
Wow. So what?
Double check that.
Is it
Bo Pribula?
Pribula?
Parabola.
Pribula.
Probiscus. Oh, getting nerdy. He is entering the transfer portal. So backup quarterback, aka, I mean, he's also a special package guy. Like that kind of takes a little bit out.
Trey's a huge fan of special packages, so
that's messed up. No, what I was gonna say, Trent, is kind of shine some light on the situation. I yes, he's a change of pace and like a mix up and stuff, special package. But the reason why I think he left is because he knows that next year, well, first of all, Aller's staying. But even if Aller wasn't staying, Grunkmeyer, I think his name is, the third string guy who's...
Yeah, it sounds right.
It would have been the competition next year for the starting job if Aller wasn't returning. So I understand it. Like it's kind of like the Will Levis situation, you know. You have promise, I'm going to let you go transfer and try to make something out of yourself. But yeah, I don't hold it against them. I think it's the structure of the transfer rule and the college playoff layout. They didn't address that situation at all. And I think
that's what he said too.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of screwing people because they have to make their decision if they want to play spring ball before the playoffs start.
Right.
And you're not going to go out there and if you have a promise or you have money guaranteed to another school, you're not going to go out there and risk yourself for a couple plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah. Maybe we could. I'd like to come back to this after we're done with the next 2 games here, because with the whole transfer stuff, because I do want to hear your take on that, but I know that can get a little long. So let's go to the next game, and let's come back to talking about this issue with teams or players are transferring even when they're in the playoff, because I think a lot of us thought we wouldn't see it.
Well, and I don't know, and I find that we'll come back to it because I have a lot to say too. But real quick, Clemson, Texas. I think we're all probably on the Texas bandwagon on this one.
Spread?
I mean, definitely money line, but
this to me.
I'm taking Clemson plus 12, 100%.
I was going to say I love Clemson plus 12. And yet again, man, I mean, I think
this line
Texas
has jumped up.
Yeah, Texas should win. I mean, they've been number 2 all year until they lost to Georgia again. But yeah, I think I am on I'm on Clemson covering here. I think Dabo is going to make this game a sweaty one because he's got experience in big time game. I know people hate Dabo all of a sudden. They hate him because he's a little corny. I hope it's not because of his his religious views, but like they hate on Dabo a lot. I know he was anti-transfer portal, but look at that, just got his first ever transfer portal commitment. So it's like this week. So I don't know. I think Clemson at plus 12. That's a lot of points in a huge game. In a huge game. It's a huge game.
Against a really good coach.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Dabo has coached against a Sarkisian offense and probably have beaten them. That would be my guess, because I believe Sarkisian was probably the OC at that point when Clemson was on the run.
I think it's
I think that I would trust a Dabo team to be more prepared than a Sarkisian run team.
I agree. Actually,
in terms of like game preparation.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, Sarkisian's done a great job of bringing guys in, building Texas back up.
Yeah, I don't dislike Sarkisian. You're right. I think Dabo. I don't know. I think he'll have the boys ready to play.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
And hey, here's another little storyline. I mean, Quinn Ewers, like he's gone at Texas. Like he wants to come back. He wants to come back to college. And from the reports, it's saying that Texas is like, sorry, we're like done with you.
Job. Yeah,
it's Arch's job now. And now, like Michigan State's willing to pay him like an outrageous millions of dollars to come up there and play. So it's like, how committed is Quinn Ewers into this situation right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how short of a leash now? If you sit there and see any sort of shitty play, you're gonna be on a short leash and say, "Here we go, Arch. I know you start a couple games throughout the year, but it's your time to shine. Have your come out game in the playoffs."
I think they should do that, honestly.
Yeah,
I agree too. If you're going to go ahead and say the future next year is him, for your mental as Quinn Ewers, like how can you feel? I don't know, but anyway, sorry.
On the flip side,
it's kind of like Toy Story with Woody and Buzz.
What the hell?
He doesn't want to play with Woody anymore. He's got Buzz now. It's like the old news. I got the new Buzz.
What I was gonna say, that kind of reminds me of the Tua Jalen Hurts thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Nick Saban in the primetime one of the biggest games ever makes a crazy quarterback change for the first time all season. But not only is it going to be hard for Quinn Ewers to play, Trent, knowing that and kind of that info being shared out there, but like realistically, if Arch Manning is your future, get him the best possible big game experience you can before going into next year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that, it doesn't get any better than that. Even if they don't they're not expected to win the whole thing. And I think Texas knows that. I mean, can they? Yeah. And can Arch do it? Maybe. And if not, then he's going to get huge value.
You don't think that? I feel like the majority of people, maybe prior to the SEC championship game, but I feel like the majority of people were like, Texas got this in the bag,
including me.
So I don't know that I don't think this ship has sailed with people and saying
maybe Georgia's just a mental block for them then, but they don't look good at all whenever they play Georgia, and
a lot of teams don't. And you also got to understand though, this is Georgia with the possibility of not having Sid the Sloth. I mean, I'm sorry.
Hammerhead.
I was like,
I can't even think.
Sure.
Jeez.
I can't even think of his name off the top of my head. I just messed myself up. But yeah, Georgia not having the starting
Carson Beck.
Yeah, sorry, I threw myself through a loop.
But I was actually struggling there for a little bit too.
I kept wanting to call him Sid, and I'm like, that's not his name.
Tyler's got all the Pixar puns tonight.
Yeah, he does.
Analogies.
DreamWorks.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, there's a lot of storylines, so we shall see. But if you don't mind, let's get into this last game quick.
Wait, so Ty, are you on Texas -12, or are you on Clemson +12?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not betting on this game.
Oh, you're not gonna bet on all 4 games. Yes, you are. You'll bet on something. Don't worry. I know you will. No, don't you lie.
Yeah, Tyler has 13 bets a week on college football, and he's not gonna bet on 4.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a team total of some sort or something.
I cooked up a 12-leg same game parlay. Tyler, we can't bet college player props. I know. I just half time, full time,
all the time.
Yeah.
First drive result.
Yeah. Race.
I told you I hit a couple of those parlays when I was doing 1 o'clock, 3 o'clocks.
Oh God, those race 2s, man. I keep forgetting about those.
No, not those. That's college basketball. That's coming up.
I know, but I forgot about those.
I can't wait.
That's what's funny is my son brought it up the other day. He's like, so March Madness. He goes, bet those first to score 10, Dad.
Oh my God, that's so
cool. Oh man, like he totally remembered it because of how sweaty they are.
Yeah,
Probably
sets the
probably
tone for the whole game.
probably me jumping up and down too. And oh no,
He's going to experience it, I think, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get in the last game here. My favorite game, Tennessee versus Ohio State. I don't know if anybody saw. I think Fast Breaks tweeted out something about Apple Maps being called Neyland North. I don't know how you would do that or how anybody did that, but suppose there was an Apple thing with Maps where they actually changed the name of the stadium to Neyland North, which is pretty damn funny. But
the shoot's not a easy place to play.
It's not, but like I've been saying all year, if you're going to face Ohio State any year, this would be the year to face them.
Yeah,
and I really think and I said this. I feel like I say this every week too. Is I feel like Tennessee's success is going to be solely reliant on their defense, and if Nico can protect the ball. You don't have to do anything. Let Samson run it down their throats.
I think the game is going to be decided by Ohio State's first 2 drives.
Good. I mean, if Tennessee can get them to turn the ball over in those first 2 drives, they win.
Not even just get 3 and outs.
Yeah,
that crowd is going to turn on Ohio State in a heartbeat.
And that's the thing. It's like I feel pretty good, and it kind of makes me nervous because I hear a lot of people say that. Oh yeah, Tennessee. I'm like, oh boy, But I don't know. I'm taking Tennessee with the points. I think it's at 7.5, but I'm also going to take Tennessee's money line for sure.
I just want to point this out to you guys. You're right. Is how quick the audience, the crowd, will turn if stuff's not looking good early. I hate that it's out there circulating because I messaged you guys about this. I really do believe. I think there could be a coaching change in Ohio State, and I do think Vrabel is that guy. I think it's perfect. I actually was gonna go as far as to say before Belichick officially got hired, I thought it was going to be Vrabel head coach, and then Belichick D coordinator
at North Carolina.
At Ohio State.
Trent, I have a question for you.
But well, let me just get my. I'll just say right now, Ohio State's weakness, in my opinion, is their offensive line. Tennessee's strength is their defensive line. I think the game is going to be won in those trenches because let's be the quarterback needs time to get the ball to those crazy receivers there for Ohio State. Because in terms of firepower, I think Ohio State has much more skill firepower because Tennessee's offense sucks this year, absolutely just sucks this year. But they are a defensive team, so I think low scoring, and that's why I like the getting 7.5 with Tennessee. I think it ends up being like a field goal game, 4-point field goal game, or 3-point or a 3 to 4 point game. So
that's fair.
But Trey, what's your question?
Channel national champions.
I just want to ask you: do you think Vrabel will get offered an NFL job this offseason?
I do.
He should.
I think he could. I think he'll get his choice.
Okay, because and that's so on McAfee, he's said multiple times he does not want to coach college because he doesn't want to recruit.
Really?
Yeah, but I think he's going to look at Bill Belichick, and just like we talked, Trent, like you and I talked about last week with Belichick, with the GM aspect of it, it's not the NIL, it's free agency.
Yeah.
Like, and if he can look at it like, hey, it's not NIL, it's not recruiting, it's literally free agency. Like, how much can you pay guys to get to come there? Why wouldn't you? If you can run it, I think you can run it like an NFL team.
It totally is free agency. I think it's 100%. You got GMs. You basically have salary caps by NIL. You can recruit. Don't get me wrong. You can go out and recruit, but in reality, you can recruit a lot less now. Does that make sense? Like, like
they
you have
contracts in the NFL.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but But I mean, when are NIL offers going to include a guarantee of so many years to get certain pay?
But,
You know,
yeah,
But that
I mean,
doesn't matter.
there's
Then they
it
can just
almost
leave and
has to
get,
happen.
they get leave and go get paid somewhere else, Trent. Like,
but I'm saying, what if it's your best offer? What if you're sitting there and the number one program in the country says, listen, we're willing to pay you $20 million, but you're gonna have to, in order to get your full pay, we'll give you this much up front. In order to get the remaining, you gotta fulfill your 2 years. And if
that's
you get
fine.
in, but I do want to go back to, there is some great like memes right now of Bill Belichick. Like, one, he totally did the chill guy pose while that big offensive lineman was signing, hands in the pocket. He's wearing a crew neck sweatshirt and jeans.
He kind of
And
reminded me of, though, Trent. He kind of reminded me of that Ben Affleck meme with the cigarette, where Ben Affleck's like out there, like,
Because his
yeah.
shoulders are up.
He did look
Yeah,
tired
yeah.
as hell.
Yeah.
But then the other thing is like they showed like a meme of him like kind of like looking up and like rolling his eyes, and they're like it's like him saying, "What do you mean you're failing history 101 or something like that?" Like that's gonna be, now granted it's Carolina, so they don't really care about academics, I don't believe there. But sorry, anyway.
I also saw one that was the Step Brothers scene where John C. Reilly's talking to his dad about the stepmom moving in. And it's like all the UNC players talking to Bill Belichick about his girlfriend.
Oh man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know, Trey. My prediction last week, I said that North Carolina makes the 12-game playoff next year.
Nah.
It's fine.
Unless they
That's what I
get some
said.
crazy transfers and everything, maybe. But
Just wait.
maybe that's where
Bold.
Bo's going to go.
Bold. Oh.
Perbola.
Yeah,
It's what Trent. I said it this week.
he did. I don't think it's happening.
I said, "Oh, Bill just got his quarterback."
Or
I
what
think
if Quinn Ewers goes there?
There you go. Ooh.
that'd be good.
Imagine that.
That'd
Woo.
be good.
Dirty.
That would be dirty.
That'd be wild, and I could totally see that shit happening, because if Quinn Ewers right now is being told that he's a second, third round draft pick, which is the reason that he's supposedly coming back, then you put him with Belichick for a year, teams are going to be like knocking down his door.
Yeah.
So let me ask you now. We've picked the first round, right? I think best chance for an upset, I'm going to say, is Friday night.
Friday night?
Are we on agreement? I believe
No.
Indiana. I think Indiana has the best chance to upset. Who do you guys got?
I would say Tennessee.
Tennessee. I want
Okay.
Tennessee too.
So now I want to. I just to kind of close it out. Because I am literally, because like as I collect stuff and save stuff throughout the week and for our episodes, and I'm like, I'm torn here, and I just want to hear. I'll explain why I'm torn, but like, how do you guys feel about these players on teams that are either in bowl games? Obviously, that's not new for the transfer portal stuff, but playoffs. Like, what is your take on this whole, like, they could leave with games left to be played and even national championship possibilities?
I don't think it's that they can leave, Trent, because that's always been a thing, but I think it's that they have to announce they're leaving before the games start if they want to play next year in the spring.
Okay.
And that's a huge thing for some players. Like Bo, I'm going to keep using him as the example because he's like the sensational headline with this situation right now. But like if he's saying, okay, I don't have a future here at Penn State, but I'm a good enough quarterback to have a future somewhere else, I'm in a really hard position because my Penn State team is in the playoff, but I need to worry about myself as well. Like, well, how do you make that decision? Like, that's not really fair. So they have to make an exception for the college playoff teams. Just for those teams, they have to make an exception where they're allowed to hold off their decision until afterwards, just for the sake of the playoff. I think realistically, it's good for the player and it's good for the playoff.
I think the tough part is the fact that, like, Trey, I'll stick with him as well. Is, I mean, how many guys are now getting 6-7 years of college football? Like, I don't know. I feel like you can extend your college career by at least another year.
No, that was because of COVID.
Let me
That was a COVID
throw.
thing, and
Yeah, where does that ever end? But my point to that is like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me, and maybe I'm a little bit old school. But like, if my team is literally top 12 playoff team, we have arguably the easiest path to a national championship. Okay, that chance may never ever happen again.
okay.
And I get future, I get NIL, I get money, I get all that stuff. But like, I don't know. I guess you got to weigh in what at this point in time, what is more important? Is it more important to be like, hey, listen, I was on championship team in 2024 and I played on that national championship team and we won. Okay. Or is it more important to say like, hey, well, I left my team. They made the playoffs. They won a national championship and I quit on the team with 2 games left. I don't know.
Are you quitting?
You're wrong, Ty.
Yeah, you are quitting.
You can sit there and say, I was on a 2024 national championship team, just on it. I didn't play at all. Or you can leave and say, I made a career out of myself as a starter at Vanderbilt University and got drafted in the NFL. Well, that wouldn't have happened.
Which you could do the next year.
Not all the time, Tyler. Not all the time. Bo Pribula isn't redshirted. He's going to sit behind Drew Aller for another year. Then he's got a QB competition the next year. He'll be a senior by the year he has a guaranteed starting year. And that he has to perform that 1 year and get drafted. Where he can go to another school.
You're also assuming that Aller is the best choice.
That's fair. I mean,
like he's assuming that like, oh, he's coming back. Well, I guess he's the starter again. Well, see you later. Like I hate, and that's what I hate about the transfer portal is that nobody wants to fight for positions anymore. If you don't have a position guaranteed,
what did Aller do to lose his starting job though?
Listen.
He's had a good year.
That because
scores 0 touchdowns against Ohio State.
It's 1 game, Trent.
It's the biggest game. It's our only big game.
But it's 1 game.
Other than the Big Ten championship.
Plenty of guys have underperformed in 1 game
so,
this year.
So can I just a couple things I want to point out. Here's my I want to say one, to comment on the eligibility thing, Ty, with how many years. It's going to get worse. Court ruling, I believe it was today, that no longer counts. So playing at junior college level football will no longer count as expended years towards your eligibility at the NCAA level.
Wow. So you can play 4 years at a JUCO and then go play it.
You can, and now there's no. I haven't seen clarification yet about how this works, but you could get people entering the transfer portal, okay, not liking their offer or their options. And I'm wondering now, could those individuals just, hey, I'm going to go play at a primetime JUCO, play some football in JUCO for a year until this guy's gone at this school, and now I'm going to go and play. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this is. Can I just say the high school football player is screwed in terms of getting an opportunity to play at college.
Especially if that's the case, though. If that's the case where if you can go to a Division I team and then all of a sudden transfer, like, no, JUCO, I would say that I would be 99% sure that isn't the case. Like, I feel like that once you are in college, because correct me, I think your clock does start no matter what, as long as you're not redshirted.
If you play, but Tyler, you could be a freshman at an FBS school, play your freshman year, you could redshirt your sophomore year, and you still have 3 years left. So your clock started. Your clock is based on snaps played per year. So it's like I do not know the details on could you leave an FBS school, come down and play JUCO, and then go back and come down. I mean, in reality, if somebody wants to do it, you can. And it's like in some of the comments on this storyline was like, if you are smart about managing your eligibility, most football players should be graduating with a doctorate degree.
Oh yeah.
If you're smart, you could, because you can you're getting college credits at junior college. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But anyway, here's and I won't be long-winded on this. The thing that always comes back to me, and I don't want to get angry at the players doing this, and even if people are saying, well, it's messed up because they're leaving for money, what's more important, championships or your teammates or this and that. Coaches do it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Look at Rich Rodriguez. He just left his team up and he had a good thing in Jack. And I don't blame the guy because he's going to West Virginia. It's an upgrade in terms of conference that you're in, and resources that you're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, and that's why when I sit there and see these guys leave, it's like college coaches do it all the time, like in any sport. So I'm not going to blame or get angry about the athlete. Now, we have yet to see it be like a starter, which is a good thing. That could just be absolutely weird, unless Quinn Ewers pulls a surprise on us here tonight or tomorrow. But seriously, like that's why I just say, does it piss you off? Like it used to piss me off a lot, but then when I sit there and see all these big time college coaches just say, "See ya, more money, better reason," difference. Like it is what it is, and I think we just have to roll with it. And I know we go round and round with this, but I just want to hear your take on this, especially with Penn State news, a big time player in the playoff leaving. Like
to piggyback what you kind of said about coaches do it all the time, and it's not fair. It's double standard and stuff. Guy that we already mentioned, I think once before, for his awesome act of giving his bonus out to like full-time staff members and low-level guys. The Arizona State coach. Just listened to Pardon My Take where he was interviewed by Big Cat and PFT, and they asked him a question about the transfer portal and everything. And guys that leave Arizona State that announced it on Twitter, he quote tweets their tweet and says, "This guy's a great guy, full of character. Please contact me for any questions you have about him. I'll vouch." Like he promotes them when they enter the transfer portal. And Big Cat was like, "I see you doing that. Is that hard for you to do?" And he said, "Absolutely not." He's like, and he kind of explained exactly what you said about coaches doing it, trying to give themselves better opportunities and advance their careers. And it was kind of a refreshing like take on a coach saying that about a player, because that's got to be hard when you see players. What?
He's 34.
Yeah, and I think he's got a bright future. I honestly do.
Arizona State guy.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, I mean, entirely that same podcast episode, they interviewed Steve Young. Check it out. It's really, really interesting.
Check it out. Yeah. Anything else here, college football wise? You guys want to get into NFL quick before we get into college basketball?
Let's do it.
All right, let's try real quick. I'm guessing no best bets this past week, huh? In college football. We'll get into some best bets.
I'm taking all of my bets for my best bets.
Okay.
Yes, I mean everything that I talked about, I'm betting. So when we're limited board in terms of playoff games, so let's roll with those. Those are our best.
Yeah.
So everything we talked about was
bearded best bets.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's jump into NFL then. If you don't mind, what?
I'm not gonna lie, like hearing that, I'm waiting for somebody to jump up and give us our bet. So I'm like over here like this. Like I realize it.
So you were pretty stoic there when we came back.
I was like waiting for Trey, but Trey's like, "Yep, I agree with that." And I'm like, "Wait, did I miss something? Was I me?" I was confused as hell. But
so
sorry.
No, I was gonna say, if I may start here with NFL, I think the biggest news of the week, the biggest Penix news of the week, is that Big Penix Energy is now the starter for the Atlanta Falcons from here on out.
You got a little something right here.
Yeah.
Shut up. Stop. So Michael Penix, new starter. I did put out the clip from, I believe it was right after week 1, where made the statement that I think we'd see Penix earlier than normal. And when I said earlier than normal, I meant before the whole Kirk Cousins saga of 4 to 5 years that I believe they signed him for. Now, I did see that there is a no trade clause in Cousins' contract that does make it more difficult for the Falcons to trade him. So it makes it. I saw the comparison that it's more like a David Carr thing. You cut him, you let him pick his team, kind of thing. Derek Carr. You cut him, you let him pick his team, and he still gets paid. So that's the difficulty that I'm seeing that the Falcons are going to have. Which, going back in it, I mean, it does kind of make you wonder, why did they pay him so much money? And it's a very Kirk Cousins friendly contract, but they did make the statement that it is Penix's team at least the duration of the rest of this year. So, you can make the argument that Cousins is going to be a great backup, sure, because let's also be honest that Penix is very injury prone. He had major injuries when he was in Indiana, had some injuries and stuff when he was in Washington, so he is injury prone. So I don't know, do you get rid of him, or do you just kind of keep measure back up and let things, Drew Bledsoe riding the sunset kind of thing? I don't know, but that was big news. Doesn't surprise me. I am going to be very interested to see what he does this week, at least, to see if he's successful, to see if he uses the weapons that they have, and Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. Like I mentioned it weeks ago that dynamic offense needs a dynamic quarterback, and that's what Penix does bring to the table. So let's see what he does. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah. How is Raheem Morris not on the hot seat?
It's
terrible hire. Terrible
I
hire.
completely agree. I thought it was the worst offseason hire of the offseason. I don't understand it.
Yeah, when you had Bill Belichick asking to come down, I'd still take Bill Belichick over Raheem Morris. I bet they're a better team right now.
Yes.
But as much as people, man, he's old versus young, it's like I don't give a shit. Like it's terrible. It's once again the most talented roster in that whole entire division, and once again underperforming. I mean, they got lucky. They got lucky against the Raiders, in my opinion. Hell, that roughing the passer call was like, oh, hey, Raiders are trying to tank. Okay, yeah, we'll make sure that they tank. Okay, here we go. But oh man, I don't know. I guess from this conversation, Tyler, the Penix thing is as a Raiders fan, which is a franchise in need of a quarterback, I would take Kirk Cousins and us paying him $27.5 million a year over having to pay a Brock Purdy or a Sam Darnold $52+ million a year.
It's one man's opinion.
And I'm not a Brock Purdy hater. I'm just saying that's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the truth in my opinion. So, I think Kirk's gone. I think he will make sure the no trade clause. No, the no trade clause just means he has to approve of where he's being traded to.
Right.
So
right.
it doesn't mean he can't get traded. So he will pick and choose where he wants to go.
Little side note about no trade clauses. I just saw the ticker. Nolan Arenado blocked a trade via his no trade clause today. Guess where he was going to go? And he blocked it. The Astros.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that weird?
I thought you were going to say us. I thought you were going to say the O's.
You know what? He's like a player that's like old school, kind of a lot of integrity. He probably hates the Astros because of that whole thing. Anyway,
wow,
sorry.
That does surprise you, actually.
Right? Like, why would you block a trade to the Astros?
I'm just getting sick. This is a different sport. I've seen the goddamn Yankees spend all the goddamn money because they didn't get Soto.
Trent. They paid Max Fried.
All right.
Sorry.
Like, that's all baseball stuff. We have plenty of time to talk about baseball. We have months to talk about baseball.
Who would have thought we'd go on a baseball tangent?
Goodness gracious.
Sorry.
I've been waiting for somebody to bring up the golden bat rule, but anyway, another time.
Don't even.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I don't know, but I mean, I guess that's our headline is just Michael Penix. Penix.
Yeah, I mean, he also does have a favorable matchup this week with the Giants.
Yeah, I did like the story that he was eating a $1.50 Costco hot dog when he found the news out.
So yeah.
Costco
probably with Mama Justice.
Oh God, no.
Oh, boom! All right.
No. I have one other. It's not a headline. It's just kind of a unique little thing, and it's about my team and my quarterback. Jordan Love thrives during Toyotathon.
I've seen this.
So Toyotathon lasts 7 weeks, and he is statistically the best quarterback in the league during Toyotathon. So obviously a little rough start to the season right before the bye week. I'm going to give you his numbers not during Toyotathon, and then I'm going to give you his Toyotathon numbers. So not during 3,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, pass or completion percentage of 60%. During Toyotathon, which is significantly less games than when it's not, 3,300 yards, 26 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 70% completion percentage.
You should definitely get them as a sponsor.
Well, they do sponsor the NFL already, so
not good.
No, I just thought that's it's like the opposite of Kyler Murray when Call of Duty releases.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Trent, you sent out a pick Super Bowl percentages real quick. I'll just read top 5 here. Bills 20%, Eagles 17.2%, Lions 16.7%, Chiefs 14.3%, and then Ravens at 11.1%. Bottom 5. I'm just kidding. That would all be 0.
Thanks.
But what about the bottom 5 that are still technically
bottom 5? I will read those, Trey, just because you're an asshole.
I was gonna say, you're almost there.
Bengals 0.3, Colts 0.2, Cowboys 0.1, Saints 0.1, Niners 0.1. So you can go fuck yourselves. But hey, like I said before, good thing is that we're getting Tyler Warren next year.
So I think
you keep saying that as like I think you're doing that to like get me mad, and I don't think you guys are gonna get Tyler Warren.
Why would you draft
falling
Tyler
right
Warren?
into where we are? Why wouldn't we?
You have Kittle and Juszczyk. Like they're the same person.
Okay, Kittle's 34. Juice is like 36, 37. So
I think Warren's gone before you get to him.
Dude, I think
15.
I think Kyle Shanahan's going to get tired of hearing about being on the hot seat, and he's going to accept the trade to go to the Bears.
Oh,
no way!
He's got a connection with Caleb.
That calls for a pop top.
No expectations in Chicago. They suck.
A lot of cap space too.
Vrabel.
You got Caleb on a decent contract.
You really want a defensive-minded coach to go there with a Caleb Williams?
They need a culture guy. They don't. It doesn't matter. Offense, defense. I don't give a shit. The Bears need to come back to Bears culture.
Yeah.
What's
they
Bears
have
culture?
had? Bears culture is
Big butt kiss.
Yeah. Okay.
Tough, hard-nosed,
60s.
But Trent, you can make the argument that is literally Dan Campbell. Okay, Dan Campbell is exactly what Bears culture was. Okay, and look at what the Lions are doing. And if you put a guy like Vrabel, who is a no bullshit kind of guy with the Bears, all right, I can guarantee you that Caleb Williams isn't pouting and laying down on a bench.
Probably stop painting his nails too.
Okay.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. No, I just what? Jared McCain did it. I support Jared McCain.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What?
Whatever.
Oh, are you guys Duke haters now? Okay.
Yeah, he's annoying though.
Make the tournament. We'll see.
Yeah, we won't. We'll get into that in college basketball.
Shit. Yeah, I was cheering for him, but anyway, we'll get there. Just a fun fact about Chicago as a city.
Baseball national champs team. Yep.
Tut. We got a lot of time to talk about baseball, but White Sox do have the lowest ever team total wins on DraftKings history. 49.5 is the line. But anyway, the city of Chicago, the amount of playoff wins in the last 7 years. Might even be games actually. Now that I see it, 4. That's amongst all those
last 7 years.
That's 4. That's horrible. But
dude, and they got 2 baseball teams.
Yep. They have 5 teams, 5 professional sports teams, and they have 4 playoff games.
Yeah,
whoa.
I just I don't know. I don't look at that location and that coaching job as a favor. I think that, and I think we talked about this. There are some very historical franchises that are just really in the dumps. Raiders, Bears, Jets. Like, I don't think those three
Giants.
Yeah, but Giants
Dude.
still have modern day Super Bowl wins. So it's
Okay, I see that.
like I'm saying modern time. I mean, don't get me wrong,
Browns.
the Jets had a good year. Browns won. They had a good year last year. Like,
Cowboys.
I don't know. I'm just saying, and I know there you could say, well, the Bears lost in the Super Bowl, modern day, whatnot, but they're just very bad. And I don't know. Like, I just feel like your work is so cut out for you if you go to Chicago. Like, if I'm Vrabel, like, I would rather potentially like stay in Cleveland and potentially see if that coach gets fired. And oh, can I change gears here for a second? This is Cleveland. Like, screw them.
Yeah,
sit
benching
there-
Winston.
Yeah, they refuse to bench Deshaun Watson or how bad he is, and they freaking bench Jameis Winston like at the drop of a dime.
Drop
Drop
the
the hat.
I was gonna say drop it in a hat or something like that, but I knew
Cut
that.
on a dime.
Cut on a dime. Shit. But anyway, yeah, that by the way with Cleveland, that's bullshit. But I don't know. I think there's might be other jobs out there that I mean, guys, I would even Tracy would be like, shut up if this job opens. But I feel like I would take the Jacksonville job over Chicago. I would definitely take the Jets. I would definitely take the Jets job over Chicago.
I don't, man. Like,
'Cause
let's put in perspective. Like,
Vrabel with the Jets would be scary.
Yeah,
but the Bears have a lot of talent. Wide receivers, running back. Like, can we agree that the quarterback is the problem? Which is what I said literally from week one. Oh my god,
it's their ownership, Tyler.
Offensive line.
It's honestly their ownership. They don't care about football. They're like rich snobby people. They won't let you wear Bears logos into their suite, and they're the owners of the Bears.
Allegedly,
the McCaskey family, they're awful. And I think
allegedly.
What?
If they're very rich, I just don't want to insult them.
Dude.
We're not very rich.
Hey, we got merch now. We don't want to be shut down.
Yeah.
By the way, check that out. A lot of new stuff too.
Oh yeah.
You got to
BeardedBakerBrothers.com/merch -store. Check it out.
Let's do it, man. Hit us with it.
Yep.
What do you,
Bearded Best Bets.
Ching.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You guys ready? All right.
You ready? Trent, you ready?
Yeah, you ready to let the dogs out? Sorry. My favorite bet out of my 3 plays this week in the NFL, Buccaneers -4. Love the Bucks -4. Bucks are playing. They're, believe it or not, they're they're in the playoffs, and there's still a chance for the Falcons, depending on this big Penix Energy taking over. We'll see what happens.
What? Yeah, he called him Penix. So
yeah.
It's on his mind all the time.
Do you remember Desmond Howard?
Yeah,
it pissed me off because we said it 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, but I got Buccaneers -4. I got Eagles -3.5 this week.
That weird dance when he said it too.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now.
That's all I can think about now. Yeah, I hate it.
And then I see this is a surprise here, but Trey, you and I are on opposite ones on this one. It looks like according to your little whiteboard there. I got the Steelers +6. I'm somewhat trying to reverse jinx them. So
is Watt playing? Did anything come from that last week?
I'm not even so much worried about that. I'm more. I think this bet.
I don't think he'll play.
I don't know. I didn't see what happened really, but
sprains.
Oh, but they said it's a lower ankle sprain, not a high. So I think he plays, but probably all that darn all that darn exercising him and JJ doing that commercial. They got
yeah.
to give it a rest. But
That's a good point.
yeah. But I got Steelers +6. I think the more concerning thing about this bet is Pickens playing. But I'm gonna George Pickens.
They have the Ravens number, man. So that's a great pick.
Well, that's my thing is I'm pretty much making this one of my picks to say, hey, Lamar, wake the hell up and beat the team that wears yellow and black. Okay, because you don't, and you shit your pants in big time games, except for one game that I will say, and this is why Ravens are still one of my favorites to come out of the AFC to get to the Super Bowl, is don't forget 35-10, they beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though, Trent? It may not be all on Lamar. It might be Justin Tucker because he has had a horrible season.
Yeah, cut his ass.
Like, he needs to focus on opera singing.
I was just gonna say it too.
Yeah,
'Tis the season
it's
for fudge.
crazy because he was good.
Yeah,
but really bad this year.
Lost his most accurate kicker.
Yeah, I think he's got maybe he has the yips.
Yeah,
ooh, that's a bad word.
Maybe a little bit too much of Royal Farms fried chicken.
That's fair. Yeah,
can never have too much of that though. That's really good.
You know what else you can't have too much of? Crunchy shrimp from Applebee's. All you can eat.
He says
check
that, but he really
check out the
trend. Exactly.
Check out the new merch. All you can eat crunchy shrimp.
I mean, his nickname was the McRib for a little while.
Yeah.
That's a story.
Tyler made one special shirt that said "All you can eat crunchy riblets."
Yeah, I don't want a crunchy riblet. He's eating the bones.
Yeah,
that's what Trey does all the time.
The Penix bones.
No, I already made the joke. I made the joke before he did.
No, you just said mine was better.
His was better because he threw your favorite guy.
No, you did your loud, obnoxious laugh over me, so I couldn't even say anything.
Who, me or Trey?
Yeah, you, Trent. Ha 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 ha. So I couldn't even say what I wanted to say, and then Trey's like, "Yeah, Penix bones."
Because I knew you were gonna try and say it
like a little fucking weasel. Penix bones.
I love this. Is you get so mad.
I know he does
when we get you. He's the picture guy. You know, like he. Oh, I love it. Is he the
picture guy? What the fuck does that mean?
Look. Oh man.
Trent, you're right. I'm on Ravens -6. I think the Ravens are going to win that division, and they have to beat the Steelers to do it. I'm also going Texans +3.5. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is playing or not, and honestly, I don't even care, to be honest, because 3.5 points. I like the hook. The Chiefs win, but they don't cover. That's like the story of their season for some reason.
Yeah. So then they'll win by 3.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Then I win my bet.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying. I'm saying like the Chiefs won't cut. There'll be some stupid who knows? A gust of wind comes in and causes the ball to roll. Who knows?
Right.
God damn it!
It's crazy. It really is. Last bet is, and honestly, they'll probably effing lose this week now because I bet against them every week, and they always smack teams. Is the Vikings. So Vikings -3. Like I said, I just think that they are. I doubt them. I've doubted them all season, and I don't know why. But I think they run away with this one. Who do they have? They have someone.
Seahawks.
Yeah,
Seahawks.
It looks like Geno Smith's practicing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if he is playing, I just like I think the Vikings smack them. They should smack them.
It should be Trey. That O'Connell should be coach of the year.
Dude, he's killing it.
Yeah.
And Trent, I think I told you this. I dogged the shit out of the Vikings at the beginning of the year. They're gonna be horrible. They'll barely win 3 games, and boy, was I wrong.
Yeah,
boy, was I wrong.
We all were. I think a lot of people. Because they were supposed to be rebuilding, man.
And let's put this. Darnold was gonna be the backup.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like he was gonna sit behind a rookie quarterback, and now he's having a career year. He literally rejuvenated his career.
I do like that pick, Trey. I think you've convinced me.
Thank you.
I like that. Vikings.
But
Good
don't,
play.
I mean, I'm telling you, now that I bet them on them, they're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
No way.
Just how it works.
No.
Tyler, what are your best bets?
So I'm on the Buccaneers -4 as well, Trent. I say that ahead of time just because that's the only one that I had the same as you guys. I'm on Chargers money line against the Broncos. They're kind of in a must-win situation to really make the playoffs. Their loss last week against the Buccaneers was a pretty bad loss. Didn't expect it, but yeah, they are in a must-win situation, especially against the divisional team of the Broncos. I'm going Lions -6.5 at the Bears. I know the Lions are missing a couple key pieces, which they actually have more injuries than any team. I don't know if you guys saw the stats and stuff and the numbers for guys that are on IR, PUP, all that stuff. Lions are top 22.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
I'm still going to take them -6.5. I think that whole hook with a touchdown there, especially against the Bears who just suck. I'm going to take the Lions. I'm going to take Falcons 8.5 against the Giants. Riding the energy.
Oh,
You
sorry,
did that to
Tyler.
yourself, Tyler. That was
You
fucked
did.
up.
You realized it.
You're riding that energy.
Yep. So Falcons -8.5 against the
Nobody's
Giants.
Nobody's gonna
do-
beat them.
I do think, especially in Atlanta, get his first game. I think he'll be all right. And then kind of, here's what it is. Taking Niners money line against the Dolphins.
Ooh.
In Miami. Trent Williams is done for the season. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. So that's always fun. But yeah, rebuilding, but I still think they beat the Dolphins. Although
rebuilding.
Yeah, for next season.
Was it a rebuild?
We're rebuilding
Sneeze.
to. I mean,
Let's
Trent
see,
Williams
Achilles.
0.1 coming back. I mean, he's not going to come back.
Uh-uh.
Hell, I don't think Dre Greenlaw should play this week.
He's got more than just an injury going on, dude.
No, I know that, but I do
That's
think it's
pretty brutal.
I know. I do think his ankle though, Trent Williams.
What happened?
Lost
We'll
his son.
Two.
Oh.
Well, but they were
Twins.
Twins. Then the one passed away in the womb.
Yeah.
That they knew about, and then the son was a stillborn.
Pretty sad.
It's awful. Very
He
sad.
definitely shouldn't play.
Prayers to Trent Williams out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so those are my picks. Bucks -4, Chargers money line, Lions -6.5, Falcons -8.5, and Niners money line.
All right, I like it.
Sorry about your luck, Boger.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Hey, and don't forget Saturday games this week. There are Saturday NFL games.
Dude, how about
Which
that?
kind of sucks because the playoffs.
Dude,
fun, so.
How about the Chiefs are going to play Saturday and then Wednesday?
Good. I don't feel bad for them at all.
They're playing 3 games in 10 days.
It's only 2 games Saturday, Trent.
Yeah, 2. But I'm saying all the
I guarantee you nobody's gonna watch those games.
No. No. I'm gonna be watching the college games for sure.
I wonder if we'll be able to multi-view college and NFL.
Probably not. They'll just bump the cost up and not give you more features. That's what most TV companies do.
Yeah.
So,
is it college basketball time?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's get into hoops. Trent, want to get us going?
Yeah, sure. So I don't know what you guys want to talk about, like any sort of recaps of what we've seen, or just some. I'll start out as a spokesperson for the ACC. Woo, we're down. As a conference, it's not looking good. Was really hoping that Carolina last night would have snuck a win over the Gators, who is one of the. I believe there's 4 unbeaten college basketball teams, and 3 of them are in the SEC. But I believe last night one of them might have lost. I haven't looked. But Tennessee is undefeated. Florida is undefeated, and then Oklahoma, who is now SEC this year. They were in a tough one against Michigan. I'll have to.
They're still undefeated.
They won, yeah.
Did they end up? Well, shoot, I even had the game on, so in the zone. So UNC lost a little bit of a tough one, made that a game late. Clemson's starting to fall apart. I think they've dropped 2 straight now. Yeah, it's just a little ugly right now, but don't worry, as we say especially with college basketball, cream always rises to the crop top. So those ACC schools will be back in business come March, and let's be real. You let 3 of us in, you let 4 of us in. Those 3 or 4 teams are going to probably be playing until about the Elite 8 time. So
all the time.
I do gotta say, I've been pretty impressed with Florida watching them play.
Yeah,
dude,
they're not even playing the 8-footer.
Yeah.
He's
the fact that that game the other night with Tar Heels in Florida. I mean, first off, Carolina's getting killed. They're getting killed to a point where I was ready to turn the game. I couldn't because my son was bragging. I walked in the door. He goes, I walk in the door, like 16 minutes still in the first half. Yeah, Dad, you guys are losing pretty bad. I was like, okay. Like literally stands up off the couch, walks to the door when I came in. He goes, you guys are losing pretty bad. And I'm like, okay, the game just started. Like, all right, let's pump the brakes.
He loves sharing bad news about your sports.
Oh, dude, he right up, And I sit down and watch the game. And I'm like, all right, we're down by 20 now. All right, well, we are getting killed. He obviously cut it to 12 at half, and then made a huge comeback to early in the second half, and it's closing out the games, man. It's Hubert Davis right now is freaking frustrating as shit because it's either like an all or nothing for him, and I'm be honest with you, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there much longer.
I'm ready to move on, whether it's in the middle of the season, whether and give it to Carlisle. I don't know. Like, I'm ready to move on and let's see what else we can do because whatever you're doing right now is not working at all. It's just there's no offense, there's no like scheme. It's just like, hey, just a free for all. Let's throw up threes. Hope we get a rebound from our 6-foot guard, RJ Davis, who's almost in his 40s. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't like the way that they play, and it shows. I mean, the record, they suck, man. And Trenton, you should make the door. Yeah, I know. I don't think they will. And if they do, it'd be a freaking miracle.
No,
freaking miracle. They got to turn this shit around because dude, they're barely 500. They're like 6-5.
But their conference schedule is going to be favorable if they can maybe only lose 2 more games to like Duke. We'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I don't really understand how Houston still ranks so high, being 6-3.
Even bringing Connecticut back up, they were down to like 22, and all of a sudden, they win a couple in a row, and now they're back up to 11. Like, screw you, man. I'll be honest with you. If I can rant real quick, I cannot stand him anymore.
Bobby Hurley.
He's a douche.
Hurley, dude, I can't stand him. There's not a single thing about him that I like, and it reminds me of when I used to hate UConn back in the day, and I didn't like their coach back then.
Calhoun, Jim Calhoun,
couldn't stand him, and I hated UConn because of that. And I'm like getting the same vibes.
He became almost like entitled.
Yeah, he's like villainous. Like, I hate his antics. He's not even Bobby Knight was a fiery guy. All right. And Bobby Knight was also funny as shit. And Bobby Knight, I just felt like Bobby Knight cared about his players. Okay. From a fiery standpoint. Hurley is fiery, but he's a whiny little bitch. All right. And he makes it about himself.
Allegedly.
Absolutely. No, that's true. You can watch it.
I know.
Hey, I don't give a shit, dude. I'm all out. Sorry, I can't say. I'm watching the game tonight with UConn.
That is, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
He makes it about himself.
Doubling down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Right.
It's all about himself.
But yeah, that's my UConn rant.
They're not the clear-cut best team in the country this year. They're not. It's absolutely Tennessee and Auburn.
I'd say Auburn.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Auburn.
remember both
Don't
those
forget,
teams.
guys. Broom is out now. He doesn't need surgery, but he's out.
But
So
just
player of
keep
the
in
year.
mind, both those teams always look so good, and then just have that major slip up when it really counts.
Duke
I
looks
think
pretty good.
they do.
Who?
Duke.
No, but I'm saying Tennessee and Auburn.
Oh,
Both those teams are always like, oh my gosh, look at Tennessee. Oh my gosh, look at Auburn. And all of a sudden they just like, you're like, what team just showed up?
Tennessee.
And they'll lose by like 30 points. But
but
Auburn's Bruce Pearl's Auburn always does the same thing too.
I'm more on the Auburn bandwagon than I would be the Tennessee bandwagon.
Me too.
Which is weird. But Trey, your point about Duke, and I know I'm super biased, is I think it's kind of weird right now with how good they are defensively and how poor they are offensively.
Okay.
But that's also not a bad thing early on in the year. Is if your defense is ahead of your offense typically gets a lot better by the end of the year, and they're going to find their rhythm. So I'm going to stay optimistic, and I'm just I heard a lot of hate on Duke being too young, so it's fine. We'll see what happens. I even said they have a little bit more experience than you guys think, because Malik Brown is absolutely the best defensive player in the entire country.
Is that number 15?
No.
The guy with the long dreads?
Yeah, number 6.
He's got great hands.
Transfer from Syracuse. He, when guarding Broom when they played Auburn, he shut down Broom.
Uh-huh.
Legitimately did. So, I'll stay optimistic there. But Duke's they should be in the race. They should be in the race come the end of the year. I hope so.
They will. I think Shire's doing a decent job there. I mean, it's hard to fill a legend's shoes, but he's at least keeping them in the mix
relevant
every year. Unlike Hubert Davis, where it's like, hey, you make the championship, and now you're under 500 every other year. So that's just my opinion. But any real quick, besides, did anybody see the Kemp and interview with what the heck's his name out of Michigan State? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Izzo?
Yeah, Izzo.
Izzo
awesome.
And Kemp. Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Grinch shirts. They're sitting there. Dude, I forget who tweeted out, but they're like, "Yo, this is like a podcast episode."
It was,
and they're just sitting there and back and forth, dude. It was so funny. It was awesome. But yeah, that was fun to see.
Yeah,
I don't know. Try. I think we talked about the Bonnies a little bit. Definitely been on Arlington. Also been on Tarleton State a lot this year as well. They've been doing all right for me. The other team, keep an eye on too, that I've been watching a lot is the Paladins of Furman.
Furman, yeah.
So I think, Trey, you have a Furman shirt, don't you?
Nope, do not. I have a Grand Canyon shirt.
All right. Then I might have to get one of these Paladin shirts.
Yeah.
Like Paladins.
Radar. Race car.
God. I'll tell you what bet I'm liking is my St. John's bet.
Yeah, they look good.
About winning the Big East.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you.
Ballsy.
What's that?
Said ballsy, but hey, man, why not?
Yeah, I mean, Patino. Yeah, you see his thing about being 11-point favorites against DePaul.
Yeah.
I don't understand what Vegas does sometimes. Like they're asinine. I don't know what they're thinking, and they beat them by like 20. Yeah.
Things are starting to even out a little bit with gambling, because I felt like there for a while things were really hard to pick. Like it was really hard, but like now I'm starting to feel like things are evening out a little bit. Teams are starting to, hey, we're going to cover this, we're going to cover that. I mean, Tarleton State, I know I talked about them. I mean, they're horrible. I think they're last in their division, but in their conference. But I think they've covered at least every time I've bet on them. So can't hate on that too much. So that's
I'm a big fan.
It's finding the teams that cover, not necessarily winning, but
UNC Wilmington, they'll be all right.
Quinnipiac.
Yeah, they were me. They were my team last year, Trey.
Yeah, I love them.
They were. Just some games to maybe keep an eye on this Saturday. Big board. Saturdays is going to be awesome because you really don't have a minute of the day after once noon hits where you're sportsless.
Right.
So Duke at Georgia Tech, that'll actually be tougher than you think. I would say upset alert for a top 10 team, in my opinion, would be watching at Marquette at Xavier. Butler hosts Connecticut. I think Memphis is going to struggle against Mississippi State, even though Memphis is at home. St. Bonaventure is going to host Niagara, so watch out for that line. Good chance that's a recipe pick on our end. There's some good games, Ty, in the afternoon, including your very own North Carolina Tar Heels, I believe, are hosting the UCLA Bruins, because that is now a
ACC matchup. Or
conference. No, wait.
Nope. Big Ten.
Nope, not Big Ten. Sorry, yeah, I almost. We both were on the same page.
Yeah.
Making that mistake there. But that's a pretty good matchup there for UCLA's ranked.
It's a neutral site too.
18th in the country. I think the big matchup will probably be the Purdue, who's number 16 right now, versus Auburn. I think this game is actually, it's being played. I believe that's at Auburn's home court. That's going to be a problem because, well, how should I say this? Auburn's not going to have Broom, so therefore I think Vegas will adjust the lines, and I think they're going to make a mistake because I think Auburn still pounds Purdue, especially the fact that they're at home. So I think Purdue is horrible. They'll drop out of the top 25 this year.
We skimmed over an important Friday game that's might be overlooked. It's kind of like a smaller market game, I guess you could say, but Cincinnati and Dayton, 18 and 22 seed.
There you go.
Dayton's been tough this year, man.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Or 19 and 22, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else, guys?
No. I'm looking forward to this Saturday, I'll tell you that. Man.
Heck yeah.
Oh, we have one last quick thing, real quick. Kind of goes back to college football. Just a little heads up. The Ivy League has just announced tonight that they will allow the Ivy League football team, so whoever wins their conference, will be allowed to participate in the postseason for the first time ever, starting in 2025.
All right.
So just a heads up. That's
nice.
Brand new. That's
good
brand
for them.
So, yeah, why not? They let their
Stupid
basketball teams play in the March Madness tournament. Why don't you let your football teams
remember
they care about their brains.
Their tournament's so weird though. Remember, it's like 4 teams. It's like one day.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyway, football is allowed to play past the regular season. So good for them.
Yeah.
Next year.
They're going to say they're going to replace, was it Marshall, who just lost their coach?
He's gone. He already got another job. Marshall,
right? But I'm saying they have to replace their team in the bowl game.
They found a team already too.
Did they?
Yeah.
All right. That was very interesting.
To play Army, you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well, enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy your sports.
First round of playoffs. Let's go.
That's right.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to be probably airing next Tuesday, so we'll probably be casting Monday night, airing on Tuesday. Am I right saying that?
Yeah. That's fine with me.
All right, so we'll get that going.
For episode number 100.
Yep, you know it. Right, Christmas episode 100.
Right.
All right, and that'll probably take us into the new year.
Yeah.
And then season 3, baby.
That's right. That's crazy.
Let's do it, man. All right, well, hey, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for listening, everybody. Again, go out, check out beardedbakerbrothers.com/merch-store.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
some new merch up there. A lot of cool things. Joey busted brackets.
That's right.
Got recency bias. Yeah, we'll be sharing that link out, so I'll let everybody know. But check that out. Store is through Zazzle that we are now associates with. So have a good weekend, everybody. See you.
See you, fellas.
See you guys.